All right, now let's look at the Naira for yesterday. They say it's summer demand that is causing it, that in spite of a hike in interest rates and in spite of the many interventions we've had recently from the central bank into the currency market, we still see the Naira dropping. It was also a negative one yesterday. We saw a drop from 1,548 Naira 76 kobo to 1,586 Naira 71 kobo. That's a 2.45% drop in one trading session. I learned it was the flip on in the parallel market, but I mean, I'm not very sure about that. NAFEX also recorded a loss of 1.12%, so close at 1,589 Naira 61 kobo. Let's find out what's really going on. Is this just about the summer holiday and the demand for dollar? I know a lot of people, you talk to them now, they've traveled abroad for the holiday with the children. The children are on holiday, so parents want to make the most of the bonding opportunity that they have now, but must they travel abroad? Anyways, let's discuss this with research manager at financial derivatives company, Teve Kumeka, joins us from Victoria Island. Hi, Teve, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you. But we see the worrying trend with the Naira, and the news going around says it's just summer demand, so we shouldn't be worried. What does FDC see?
Yeah, thank you so much. Like you read, it is correct. The official rates depreciated. But if you look at the parallel markets, we have the Naira has regained slightly in the parallel market from 1685 to 1590 per dollar. So on Tuesday, which is on the 23rd of July, the CBN MPC made a decision by hiking rates by 50 basis points. Before that, Naira depreciated because investors were more rational and they were not sure that the CBN was going to hike rates or they were going to hold. Then immediately after the decision was made, the Naira further dipped. What we are seeing in the Naira, in the exchange rate, is based on the cost of borrowing for banks now. It has increased. So banks find it difficult to borrow from the CBN to buy the foreign reserve, the foreign exchange to keep in their reserve. So if cost of borrowing is expensive, this is going to reduce arbitrage in the markets. So if there is no gain for arbitrage, speculative behavior of banks or other stakeholders in the forex markets will reduce. So the CBN target is basically to stabilize the Naira. We want the Naira to be around 1,500 Naira to a dollar in the next quarter, in this quarter 3 that we have in 2024. So given all these measures taken by the central bank, the Naira is likely going to stabilize as we enter the third quarter.
Yeah, but Kumeka, we see this in spite of the intervention that the Naira is still depreciating. And that, I mean, in the past, we see that once there's an intervention by the central bank, at least it will gain and try to stabilize. Of course, we celebrate the reduction in the gap between the official and the parallel markets. But I mean, seeing the drop in spite of the CBN's intervention, doesn't that worry you?
Yeah, we are worried because the hike is basically to attract foreign investors, new hot money from foreign investors. So this tells you that what happens in the forex markets are multifaceted. Is not just the hike in interest rates that we bring in hot money. There are other risks, and investors are very sentimental about risks and other things that go on in the forex market. So increasing the risks is going to affect businesses. Yes, savings will increase. You are going to attract foreign investors that will bring in foreign currency. Yeah, savings has a positive relationship with interest rates, but investment has a negative relationship with real interest rates. So to achieve the stability in exchange rates, the CBN needs to go beyond just hiking rates and look at other factors that play in the forex markets.
All right, so let's look at commodities now, prices. And of course, we do know that the Naira is what is being used for these commodities, but it's harvest season. We should have a bit of relief. What's really going on with commodities prices?
Yeah, we are entering harvest season. New yams are out, but surprisingly, the price of 3 tubers of yam has increased to about 18,000 naira. That is surprising. So that tells us that the general prices of commodities is not just seasonality, whether we're in the harvest period. They are more structural than just anchoring on one issue about we're entering the harvest season. We have issues of energy costs, we have issues of transportation insecurity, which the CBN government mentioned as a factor of increasing price of commodities. So if the structural issues are being handled, then we might see stability in price, because farmers are harvesting, but how do they move their harvest? How do they move their produce to the end users? That's a major challenge. So if there are disruptions in supply chain, then harvesting will not make any significant effect in bringing down the price of commodities. But not to forget, we observe the collaboration between the monetary policy and the fiscal policy, whereby the governments, the waiver on import duty and levy on some commodities. That we also, in the third quarter of 2024, we're likely going to see prices of commodity go down.
All right, thank you so much, Teva Kumeka, research manager with Financial Derivatives Company. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.